Hi there, and this is Anna Maria.
Hey.
And we're actually in a coaching and training session. So in this coaching and training session, what we're going to do is we're going to do what we have just come across that we've named as rapid trauma release. Now, rapid trauma release is a very powerful modality that's been formulated through neuro-linguistic programming. And so what I've done is I have taken it and created it to be my own. And in this version, what I've done is I've put hypnotic language into it. So it makes it what is classified as one of the most powerful tools to actually eliminate fear becomes multiple success because of the wording and the structure of the wording that we've got through this. So are you ready, Anna Maria?
Yep.
And of course, there is a disclaimer that the disclaimer is that you may never get to view this video. So if you are watching this, just know that you are very fortunate to be seeing, because obviously I'm a therapist first. So the most important and the most vital thing for me, Anna, is that we can heal you. So healing the person is of my most important role for you. So if I was to say to you that you need to be healed of something, and you can choose anything you want in which we can heal today.
Yeah.
And, you know, it can be anything from, just for coaching and training purposes, I'm going to say this, that it can be for trauma where it's actually like an event. It can be through emotional loss. It can be through a phobia. So a phobia may be like, you know, I get a lot of people that are fear of flying, or people that are fear of spiders, or, you know, things like this. So it's very, very good for that. So anything that involves fear, trauma, where the person kind of freezes up, feels like they're almost paralyzed and can't really go forward the way that they want to. So this is about releasing and removing it from the nervous system. And with no further ado, thank you for participating. So what would you like to choose, Anna Maria, to deal with today?
Get rid of Speedy Gonzalez.
Speedy Gonzalez. Now, would you mind if we ask you, who is Speedy Gonzalez?
It's a little tiny mouse that jumps and goes so fast everywhere.
Oh my gosh, so there's a little tiny little mouse that jumps and goes so fast.
Yes.
And you're scared of something that's that big?
Yes. I don't know whether it's scared, but I definitely don't like to be there when it's there.
You don't want to make friends with it?
No.
Are you sure? You don't want it to come and sit at the table, have a meal with you?
No, I don't want it to come near me.
Oh, okay. So you can hear that I'm having a little bit of sarcasm because NLP allows for that. As long as we don't ask why, and as long as we stay to the what, who, where questions, we are safe. So how would you rather feel about this?
I want Speedy Gonzalez to run when it sees me.
Oh, you want him to run where?
To run away from me.
Oh, I was gonna
not
say,
towards
not to run
me,
to
no,
you, to
away.
run. Okay, well, I just thought I'd better clarify that. Okay, very good. So now that we've clarified that Speedy Gonzalez is going to take one look at you and take fright and move the other direction, what do you think he does think? Oh, by the way, is it a boy or a girl?
I don't know.
So you don't know. What if you did know? Like if you could take a flying guess. Let's just spice it up and make it. This is not the script, by the way, for people that are coaching and training. This is a little bit of NLP conversation, a little bit of fun that we're having. So you don't know whether it's a boy or girl. What if you did take a flying guess?
Probably a boy, because he's so cheeky.
Oh, well, he's cheeky now. So does he wear a vest or a denim jacket or a little collar? No,
this is like
nothing
playing
that?
tricks.
Oh, he plays tricks. Okay.
It
What
seems
colour?
like.
So what colour is he?
I think grey.
He's grey,
Yeah.
okay, and he moves fast.
Yeah.
So you can see we're getting into the details. We're chunking things down. This is the meta questions before we get to the fast phobia cure. So he's grey. He's cheeky. You want him to run away from you, not to you.
No, yeah.
He's not where he's naked. He's wearing no clothes.
I guess so.
Okay, so he's actually naked. So he's doing a streak through your house. Okay, all right. So now that we've established that, so he's got greyish fur.
Yeah.
And and you'd like him to run away. And what would you prefer to be feeling about all of this?
I don't want to be scared, like when or jumpy or anxious.
Okay, so what she's telling us is that she's scared, she's jumpy and anxious, even though she said she doesn't want to be.
Speedy Gonzales jumpy.
So you're becoming like him. You don't even want to marry him, right?
No.
Oh my gosh! So you don't want to be scared, jumpy
and anxious when I see it.
Anxious. Okay, so seeing that you've said that you don't want those things, I take it that that's what you've been doing.
Yeah.
Up until now. Do you notice the little language there? Up until now. So you don't want to be scared, jumpy, or anxious as you have been. So what would that be like then? What would that look like if
I
you
can
weren't?
keep doing whatever I'm doing.
So you'd be keep on doing
running away from the room.
Okay.
Whenever I hear the sound that Speedy might be there.
Okay, so whenever you hear the sound, okay, so that Speedy might be there. I like the way you've given your pet Speedy Gonzales a name. So on a scale of 1 to 10, so if we were just going to go straight into the fast phobia cure from now, what level would you place on your kind of your jumpiness, your anxiety? Would it be like 1 meaning nah, hardly anything at all, or 10 quite like you have to get away and you feel that fear?
Probably an 8. It's not so much 10. I can push myself to actually go into the room and stay in the room, but it's just when I first hear it, I would run first, but then I can get, more bravery and then go back in, but I am still reluctant to go in.
Okay, so you're reluctant. So you're an 8 rather than a 10.
Yeah.
And what would you like to be at the end of this?
0.
A 0, okay.
Or as close as possible to a 0.
Well, let's just see what we can do. So are you ready then? Would you like to go through this this actual scripting? And look, I'm going to just tell you a little story before we start, because it's always nice to give stories. It's always nice to kind of give your client some kind of roadmap of expectation without, them feeling like they're expected to just release it and be a 0 straight away. So what is a really good idea is to give some social proof. Now, I have helped war vets with this technique. I have helped war vets that cannot discuss the war. They are freaked out. They are totally traumatized, and it's quite severe. And they have actually been able to come through, and their life has been completely different. Now, as a result, because they remove the stress that they were under, they didn't even come to do the rapid trauma release. They came to give up smoking. Some people come, you'll find that some people will come to quit an addiction, or it could be that they're overeating and they're using food as that way. The behaviors and all those things are just kind of like an effect of the cause. So the other thing is that we worked very closely with a coach just recently who found that she had some strange dreams. And, the strange dreams is not an unusual event to happen in NLP, although because you've had so much NLP and you've had so much success with your body size and the things that and how you've been able to deal with so many things, your experience will be quite unique because you're used to the kind of waking up that subconscious. You're used to kind of playing that out. So for her, she had a lot of weird dreams. She didn't sleep very well, and then when she got up the next day, she felt that she was actually lighter. She then felt she had more energy. Now she's still processing, so the process is still going on. The last that I heard from her, and she's probably watching this, is that her kids were actually saying, wow, Mum, they're noticing her energy, like her energy has suddenly gone from here to up here, and it's because she's removed something massive. Okay, so in saying that, let's start. So firstly, I'm going to tell you that, you know, if you go to a movie, there is no real movie without a superhero. Of course, everyone knows that all superheroes have conquered great things before they became a superhero. Now, this is going to be a movie about you. This is going to be a movie where you're going to be your own superhuman hero and you're going to have superhuman powers. So, firstly, if you lean into the pain and you suddenly were able to conquer the past trauma and fear and step into your greatest confidence as a result, what would that be like?
Oh, that would be awesome.
Awesome. The fact is you are probably not playing full out when Speedy Gonzalez shows up. So you're probably not playing out to your full maximum because of whatever the feelings around the anxiety, the jumpiness and the fear, right? So because this has been a part of your life and because, you know, it's something that you want to release, do we have permission to release that?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, so let's discover what pain is standing in the way. Would you agree that it's more around what you said, which is like anxiety, jumpiness? Is that the kind of feeling?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Scared or fear, same thing. Yeah.
So fear, scared. Okay. So is it okay for your subconscious mind to be given a powerful strategy to unshackle this?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Cool. Are you prepared to trust this process, which I know you do because you've already had this, you know, so much success, you know, with NLP, so that your subconscious can let go of what you need to let go of and set you free?
Yes.
Awesome. Can you imagine what your life will look like when you remove this fear?
I'll be fearless of Speedy Gonzalez.
Okay. You'll be dressed up as a mouse. Just joking. Minnie Mouse, only Maxie Mouse. Okay. So it's time for you to dream big. It's time for you to bring the Walt Disney creator into your life. What would your life be like if you removed some of the biggest dramas in your life? And in this case, this is going to be around Speedy Gonzalez. So this is going to remove a lot of the beliefs and the values around this. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually go to the movie. So as we go to the movies, what we need to do is we need to firstly just think of the pain and 3 events where perhaps you have been impacted by a mouse. Now, preferably it would be good if number 1 was a long time ago. So can you remember one of the first times that you ever felt quite scared about a mouse?
Yeah.
You got it? Okay, cool. Okay, lock that one in. Now I want you to think of the last time Speedy showed up.
Recently.
Okay, that's what we wanted. Okay, we'll lock that one in. Okay, and now let's go for just something in the middle. Any time where you've had a fear of mice.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. All right. So now that you've done that, I want you to consider these. These are like the 3 big rocks. And of course, there's probably been many other times in between and in different ways. Maybe you've had fear and jumpiness in different ways. So that's going to knock out all of that as well. So what I'd like you to do is clear your mind now, and let's begin with a whole new way of thinking. So if you can close your eyes and think of a memory of having fun, a time when perhaps you're on a holiday vacation where you're feeling free, feeling good, feeling absolutely fantastic. And when you've got a memory, just let me know. Awesome. So I want you to kind of imagine that this is going to be like bright colors and you can hear it, feel it, and really sense it. So that's good. I want you now to actually imagine that you're going into a time when you felt love and connection. Now, this can be with a child, a grandparent, a friend, anyone. Just allow yourself to remember any time that you feel this love and connection. I want you to see that and imagine you and this other person and the feeling, the warm feeling between you and how you felt, and just notice the things you see, hear and feel. Okay, so now we're going to go to one more. This is going to be one where you have achieved something that's really great. It's an experience that is fantastic and you feel really proud, like you've done it. It could be a race that you've won. It could be something that you've achieved, that you've done. You could have baked cupcakes. You could have helped someone out. You could have landed a position, got a certification. And when you've got that, I want you to see that incredible movie and see it so strong, so compelling. Excellent. Now I want you to imagine that all these memories are going to the Walt Disney Theatre to be dressed up, to be played out in full, to be given full colour, exaggerated and sensationalized. Okay, you can open your eyes. All the hard stuff is over. So that's it. That's the hard part done. Now it's time to go to the movie. So if you like, you can sit back.
Okay.
Now, I've had enough rapport with Anna Marie, and I've got a lot of rapport here anyway. So at this stage, she's now sitting back, and I'm still
Can I
sitting
say
here.
something
Yeah.
in the video? Sorry.
Oh, yes, she's just perfecting something. Otherwise, it's going to be very annoying.
Yep.
Okay. Very
Sorry.
good. No, good. Thank you. We've got to get our priorities right. I'm telling you, that is a priority. She's one of my
I
tribe.
keep
You
looking
can
at
tell.
it. I thought I want to
You
get it
wanna
off.
rub it? It's giving her a phobia.
But then I thought, I've got to do it.
She's got to do it. You know that you're in a reality authentic training when you see how this plays out. So that's awesome. Thank you very much for that. It's better than me looking at this video later and saying, I'm not going to play that because, you know. So thank you for that. So now I'd like you to just relax. And firstly, I'd like you to close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, what I'd like you to do is I would like you to bring up the movie theatre. And I would like you to see there's a curtain, and then the curtain parts, and then on the left-hand side of the movie theatre is either going to be that moment of love and connection or that moment of you having fun. Which one are you choosing?
Left or right? What do you mean?
Left, yeah,
Oh, the
left. So you can actually have the movie, imagining the movie where you are having like lots of fun, high energy, or the love and connection. Which movie would you like to choose?
What was that? Sorry.
So the energy one, so having fun and just playfulness,
I think the energy
adventure.
one.
The energy one, so this one? Okay, beautiful. So really, as a coach, you only need to say that really positive picture. So just as long as they are looking at the picture that is positive on the left. So just allow that to come up for you now. Allow it to play out in full. Allow it to be colourful, bright, compelling. That's right. Now I want you to select the movie where you've achieved on the right. So go right to the right hand side and see a movie where you've achieved. Notice what you're doing. Notice what you've achieved. Notice how you feel so good. Notice all the things that you're feeling and see it strongly. That's right. Now in the middle there's a big gap. There's a big gap in the middle. And suddenly there is an usher that comes to you while you're in the chair and asks your subconscious mind if it would like to be in control. Now, would it be okay if your subconscious was in control, Anna?
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask your subconscious mind to float all the way up to the booth at the top of the movie theatre where they play out those movies. So you're going to go behind the plexiglass. You can even hear it. And I want you to be able to see those two beautiful movies left to right. And when you see those two beautiful movies, the achievements on the right and the energy is on the left, just nod your head. Excellent. Now I want you to look down at the back of your head in the movie theatre. And just imagine that you're looking at the back of your head. Got that? Now keep on watching the back of your head. And as you're watching the back of your head, this is where we are going to play all the movies where you actually felt that jumpy anxiety and fear. However, I want you to keep watching the back of your head. So the idea is every actual movie that's ever pertained you to feeling that way is now being played on the screen in the middle, but you're watching the back of your head. So just keep on watching through the plexiglass. Watch the back of your head, watching all of those movies as they are playing out for your physical self to be watching. So just see the back of your head, watching it till it goes all the way and then it stops. Okay, now what I'd like you to do is get ready to look at the right hand side of the movie to where the achievement is. And I want you to float down into that nice safe picture. And as you're in that picture, just feel what you feel, see what you see, hear what you hear. And as you're there, what we're going to do is we are going to rewind in a second, not just yet, but in a moment we're going to rewind so fast, and we're going to go to the movie where there's high energy, and we're going to rewind backwards through the anxiety, jumpiness, and the fear of mice. 1, 2, 3, zip, over to the left. That's it. Now just be inside this movie of high energy and feel what you feel, see what you see, experience everything to the full. And then just allow yourself to float all the way up to behind the booth again. So you're looking at the back of your head. That's right. Now your subconscious mind has already done this. This is all you need to do. We're going to repeat this really fast and your subconscious mind will be in control. So I want you to just to totally trust the process. So I want you to float right down onto the happy movie where you're achieving on the right hand side. That's right. Be inside that movie, look through your eyes, feel what you're feeling. We're going to rewind right now, zip to the left, and you are now in that high energy and now floating all the way back up to the booth. See how quickly that was done. So easy because your subconscious mind knows what to do. So now we're going to actually do that again. So just relax and drop down and float into the right hand side picture. Be there where you're feeling the achievement, feel the empowerment, feel the greatness, and then rewind zip, all the way backwards through the jumpy anxiety movie and to here where you feel so good. And as you feel what you're feeling, see what you're seeing, experience this, floating back up to the booth. And as you can see the back of your head, I want you to sense that you're looking at the back of your head, but you're seeing those two happy movies expanding, becoming bigger, and kind of almost closing in on the middle movie. So what you're going to do is you're just going to do this really quick, trusting that your subconscious mind is going to be able to do this automatically whenever you have that old experience. It's just going to suddenly be able to do what we're going to do now, which is float into that movie on the right where you feel the energy, feel the greatness, feel this achievement, feel how proud you feel everything. And now let's move to the left side, zip, rewinding and feeling the happiness here. And as you feel what you feel, see what you see, hear what you hear, float back up to the booth. That's right, take a deep breath in and just relax all the way down. Just feeling that you're releasing everything, just letting everything go. And now just float again for the last time to the right hand side to where you've achieved what you've achieved. And isn't it good to achieve this? Isn't it great? And now we're going to rewind the middle movie, whatever's left, zip, deleting diminishing and completely dissolving it, and now you're here, and this is multiplying. This energy is multiplying. It's feeling so good. It's feeling so fabulous. That's right, and moving up to the screen. So as you go behind the booth, I want you just to look now at the two movies, noticing they look 3D. Notice they look so compelling. Notice what's happened to the middle movie. And now I want you to float all the way back to where you are in the movie theater, so you can connect all your resources, so you'll know exactly what to do in the future. Take a deep breath, coming back to the room. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, open your eyes. So I'm not sure how long that took from the time we started the exercise to now, but that's all you actually do. So whether you are dealing with a trauma from the past where there's alcohol abuse attached, or whether there's drug abuse attached, or whether there's food abuse that's attached, it doesn't matter whether it's a phobia, a trauma, a grief. This is how we eliminate. So what I want you to do is shake out. Now, I'm going to future pace because I always tell the coaches that it is safe, and it's always a good thing to make sure that everything is going to be good. So going forward, I want you to imagine, close your eyes, and I'm just going to future pace you into your empowered state. So there you are in the future, and I'm going to get you to be in a position where you can see, hear, or experience that old situation, and just move through it really fast, zip to the end, okay? And then get to the end and just notice what that was like. And I want you then to look even further out to the future, to another time. So maybe 3 months, 6 months, or, maybe even 5 years. And notice how you are treating it and feeling about this, even going that far out to the future. And just notice what you're like, how this is for you, what it feels like. Because remember, we're also road testing. So if this is safe for you, if this is good for you, if you're happy with it, I'm going to get you to integrate, to come back to now and open your eyes. And now I'm going to ask you the level of when you, like before, when we started talking at the beginning about Speedy, you actually seemed quite hyper when you were talking about it, quite jumpy, quite nervous, and, all of that sort of stuff. So even though the subconscious doesn't know the difference between excitement and nervousness, I don't know whether you knew that. What does it feel like now?
I'm a bit more calmer. I wouldn't say 0 yet, but I'm definitely not an 8.
Okay, so where would you put it? So close your eyes. Close your eyes so you can really go into it. Okay, I deliberately did that. This is what we call NLP shock treatment. If someone is not a 0, what you do is you get them to actually, I only ever do it once, I promise, and then I have to promise my client I will never do it again. However, it's kind of like shocking it out of the nervous system, just to push the last of it out. So just take a couple of deep breaths. I'm just going to close the window, get rid of all of that, and so that I had that closed in the beginning, but that's okay. All right, now just see, okay, so the whole point is close your eyes and go into a situation maybe where it could happen, and just feel into it, what it feels like now as you feel what you feel. And of course, as you're feeling what you feel, just notice, and when you're ready, just open your eyes. Now, on a level to where it was 8, where is it now?
2, I think.
It's a 2.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
a 2. Okay, so
You got rid of another 2 before when you.
Okay.
It was sort of like a 4 or 5.
Okay, so it was
And
about
then
a
when
4
you
or
shocked
5.
me, I
Yep.
felt like, whoa.
Okay.
And then when you asked me to close my eyes, I thought I'm a lot more calmer, and yeah.
Now, I will say something as well. What you've got to remember is that this video is only 29 minutes so far. So there goes another
Shock treatment.
I didn't do that one. That was the book falling off the shelf. That must be Mrs. Muir. So anyway, we're going to have to do another fast phobia cure, I think, on being scared from ghosts. Anyway, the fact is that we've been here all in all, 30 minutes. And from the time that we started to this time, what happens is you say that it's dropped from an 8 down to a 2.
Yeah.
Now that is pretty darn good. And we're being really authentic about this. We're doing this for coaching and training purposes. So now what can happen is this, because you are still sitting in the same room, it's still the same day, you have now got to allow the process to take its full capacity. So if it's a 2 now, it's going to be even better. Okay. So the level of that is going to actually improve. Because definitely statistics show that right at the same time, if a person can go from an 8 to a 2, would you say that's pretty good?
Yeah, it's excellent.
Yeah, so if you can imagine helping someone through that. And as I said, look, guys, if you want to have a bit of fun with it, that shock treatment you saw me do, that was for the benefit of speeding up the process. So that's all it does. Like if I hadn't have done that, that process still would have gone to a 2. It's just that it may have taken till 5 o'clock this afternoon. Now, wouldn't that be terrible, seeing it's, 2 o'clock or something? So, the fact is that it might take a few more hours. It could actually take 24 hours. So whether everybody is different, some people process even a little bit, the lag is a little bit slower, and they find that, they continue to notice the benefits, and it keeps on kind of getting better and better and better. However, we've sped up the process. So thank you, Anna Maria.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Say, for example, when I'm actually doing it for someone, it hasn't gone down to a 2. Do you then keep going on the same day, or do you do another session later on?
Thank you for asking that question. So there's 2 answers. So number 1 answer, and there is a disclaimer attached. They say that 5 times, if it is quite severe, you do 5 times through the theatre, okay? You're going around through 5 times. If you go over 5 times, it can have an amnesia effect, where the actual customer even doesn't have any kind of concept of that scene or event at all. And we believe that, it's up to you as the coach of whether you want to pursue it and take it that little bit further, because if it's really ingrained and really quite harsh, it might be 10 times before they can have amnesia. So what they're doing is they're distancing themselves so far away from them, it's like a million miles away. So that's step 1. For those coaches who are going to use this specific modality, and you'd like to kind of do something around the, like the trauma release or the phobia release, what I'm going to actually suggest is that you would definitely have them on at least 3 sessions. The first one is intake, which we'll go through that in a different video. Then the second one, where you're bringing the big guns in, and you're really exciting them about that from the first one. You're telling them all the good stories, you're getting them mentally prepared, and they can't wait to come back and see you. Of course, we're going to give you some strategies in part 1 of your session with them to make them feel so good they won't be able to wait to come back and see you. They'll just be absolutely chafing to come back and see you, right? So that's all in session 1. Now session 3, and if you're going to session 3, and by the way, in this coaching program, if for coaches who are actually going to go into the full extent of this program, we do not get paid for time. It's not timely, it's results. So it's all around the results. So some coaches could do 1 session and say, I'm going to take out 2 hours with you, 3 hours with you today, and actually they could charge $600, $700. You can charge, as I said, for a phobia where you are going to be eliminating a whole load of stuff from their life. The coaching programs can start from $1,800 to $3,700. So it's really to the discretion of you. The third session, what I would suggest is if it's got to, let's just say, a 5, and you want to get it down further, we have another trick up our sleeve, and that's coming.
Okay.
So there's the 2 answers. Number 1 is you can keep going around, you know.
Yep.
And the second one is the next modality I'm going to teach.
Okay.
Cool?
Cool.
Okay, thank you, Anna Maria, for being such a beautiful customer. And you can see the authenticity. She's, you know, I mean, Anna Maria is a client who has become very closely affiliated and now a friend and part of my team. She's very committed to the well-being of obviously getting well through NLP. So hence the authenticity of this session and making sure that it is, you know, really rigid edge.